What's good, YouTube? LTtvSportsNation. And for those that are new, I do content on basketball and the NBA. If that's the type of content that you're into, feel free to rock with me and sub to the channel. Now, in today's video, we're going to be discussing the Miami Heat. Now, they've been linked to Kevin Durant, the Donovan Mitchells, but it seems that the Miami Heat have their eyes on one particular player. If they strike out with either of those two big names, an anonymous executive has kind of exposed who they may have in mind. The anonymous executive has stated the following: I think a guy that he will keep an eye on is Gordon Hayward. The exec said of the Charlotte Hornets 6'7" all-star forward. Charlotte's in a tough position with the Miles Bridges thing. They have Steve Clifford coming in. They're in a position to rest things a little bit around LaMelo Ball. Hayward has 2 years left. The exec continued. If the Heat want to give up Tyler Hero before you pay him, you want to move Duncan Robinson, you will have to add a pick. But those two guys in Omar Yurtseven, that might be enough to get Hayward if the Hornets decide to reconfigure. End quote. I like it. To be real, I mean, Gordon Hayward out the three. Gordon Hayward is a more affordable piece. And I think before his injury back in February, he was averaging around 15, 16 a game anyways. So he's a solid guy that can get you around 16, 18, maybe even 20 if he can stay healthy. So Gordon Hayward in the Miami Heat, it's a good marriage, in my honest opinion. But like the article said, it's just someone who they have an eye on. But Donovan Mitchell and Kevin Durant are the targets that they mostly have their eyes on. The New York Knicks, if they flame out with the Donovan Mitchell thing, I think the Miami Heat, I think they're going after Donovan. KD, that situation is kind of up in the air. I did a video about him meeting with the Nets about his trade request. So whether or not he stays put or he doubles down on his trade request, that's up in the air. But I do believe that the Heat and Donovan Mitchell, that's more likely than a Kevin Durant in the Miami Heat. But if Donovan goes to the Knicks and KD gets traded to wherever, then I can see them going after Hayward. It'll make sense. His salary, it won't hurt the Miami Heat's pockets as much. So I can see that. If you are a Miami Heat fan, or even a basketball fan, but mostly if you are a fan of the Miami Heat in general, how would you feel about them going after Hayward if they can't get Mitchell and KD? Would you like it? Would you dislike it? Would you be neutral on it? Or would you just kind of just wait and see how he plays in the Miami Heat system before you kind of give your full assessment? That's just what I'm curious of. I mean, I like it from a basketball perspective, but the Miami Heat, they've always been known to go after a big fish. They've never really settled for anything less. So I do believe that KD and Donovan Mitchell, they are on the Miami Heat's list very highly, and rightfully so. Those are two big names in the game of basketball, and both of those guys are franchise cornerstones. So yeah, if I'm a Pat Riley or a Eric Spoelstra, I want one of those two. But if I can't get those two, Gordon Hayward is a third option. That's not bad. He was an all-star a couple years ago. He was averaging 20, and he suffered that horrific injury in Boston, and it kind of set his career back. But overall, though, Gordon Hayward is a solid player who can get you solid numbers if he can remain healthy. So that's just my whole opinion on the Miami Heat and Gordon Hayward. Let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below. I'm LTTV Sports Nation. I'm out of here. Peace.